Hello, everybody. Today I'm just gonna do a little bit of talk. Wow, this month we're just halfway through September, and it's so many things have happened, good and bad. Like it feels like this month has been the busiest month of the entire year. These months have been very busy internationally and internally in Sweden as well. Of course, this year began shit, like pure garbage, dumb decisions by Putin, that idiot who just fuck everything about the world. Like why can't you just fucking stop? Recall everything. Just I'm so mad at that man and everybody who's just bend the knees to that freaking idiot. But anyway, this month, I have to give a comment because so many things has happened. We have news, we have events. Like it's insane how much it's happened this month, just this month in September. So the first, kind of maybe not the biggest important thing, but it was the funeral for the last how do you say it, premier for the Soviet Union, kind of like the president Mike Gorbachev. If you know history or if you live through the collapse of the Soviet Union and the West Wall and all that sort of things, yeah, he's kind of like an important person when you talk about the 80s and the 90s. What do I think about him? Well, in a way, he's inspiring because he wanted to liberalize Russia, the Soviet Union. He wanted to preserve it, but unfortunately, he couldn't. But he was, and he's been very criticizing to Putin. Also, sure, he's also been a dictator, so it's kind of like mixed feelings about it. Also, in a sort of way, with the next person we're gonna tell you, it's kind of like sad because it's knowledge that just been lost to the ages right now, especially when it comes to the Soviet Union and all that. But life is life. And the next one, just in a way, kind of hit you in the stomach, and that was the Queen Elizabeth II's death. I do have some English blood in me, like so some part of my family, especially my father's side, come from England and Great Britain, that sort of thing. And the other half is more like German and Scandinavian, that sort of thing. And the Queen for me has always, I never seen her personally, only in live and that sort of thing from TV and other things. But the Queen was some sort of way. It did feel like a unity with her, like she was a magnet, and she seems like a been who was like really like a nice person. You just wanted to know that person, and no matter what you feel about the crown or the monarchy, if you're for or against it, it's okay if you don't like monarchy. Yes, sure, but at least show some a little bit respect, because this woman, she 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 was the last link to in such an interesting part of history, with the beginning of the Cold War, or the end of the World War II, and the beginning of the Cold War, and the decline of the British Empire, and the decolonization of Africa, and the start of the Commonwealth and that sort of thing. I do have respect for Queen, the former Queen. I do, and I hope that King Charles is going to be a good king. Absolutely, God save the king, but I do feel like he's not go. I do fear a little bit about the Commonwealth. I don't think it's going to be as unified as under Elizabeth. I do think we are going to see some new nation splitting from the Commonwealth. If I would guess, New Zealand and Australia, it's one of the biggest candidates for that. Canada, I think they're too close with England and the monarchy and that sort of thing. So I think they're gonna stay in the Commonwealth for upcoming future. So those were one of the biggest negative things that happened in this month. Like, if you're actual British and that sort of thing, I'm feeling for you. I didn't want to do a commentary on the Queen's death day and that sort of thing. I feel like I'm gonna let the people mourn, grief, accepting, so in sort of way, like what has happened, because it did feel like we're gonna have the Queen at least for some time, more like to the end of the year maybe, because there's been rumor about her health at the beginning of the year. But yeah, unfortunately, We have lost a link to history, a very big historical link with who has met so many people and world leaders and that sort of thing. So it's gonna be a hard void to replace, especially for the British people. Then, of course, we have the news from Ukraine. Apparently, there's been a very big counter offensive by the Ukrainians, and they have been successful. I have somewhat keeping me up with it, and I gotta say, dude, the Russian army is terrible. Like, when it began with the invasion, on paper, it sounds great. Like, it does sound like, yeah, this could work. But the Russian army is wow. I mean, I don't want to shit too much on people who serve in the armed forces and that sort of thing, but wow, really? Wow, the Ukrainians are. You don't want to. The inner Cossacks have really unleashed. Like, even Mazepa Ghost has come forth. So, yeah, good news from Ukraine. They are making progress to retaking the occupied land and that sort of thing. Hope they're continuing. They're doing great progress, and we can get a freaking end of this shit. Like, please. And a couple of days ago, we had a general election in Sweden, and so now the votes have been counted, that sort of thing. It is official. The right bloc, consisting of the Conservative Party, the Moderates, the Christian Democrats, and the Liberal Party and the Sweden Democrats has majority right now. They can form a majority government, which I think is going to happen. How, I don't know. We shall see. It's just a couple of days away, maybe a month, until we see if a government is going to be created. But so far, it looks like we're going to be having a right bloc, right wing government for this couple of 4 years. One of the very interesting election in Sweden. I remember when Sweden Democrats came in like 2010 with just 5% or something. I mean, the media was just, oh shit. I mean, it went on for almost a year how bad they are, fascists and racist, yada yada yada. You know all of that. But then you have in 2014 the big super election year, we call it here in Sweden, because we had the church election, the general election, and the European Union election. And the Sweden Democrat made a massive success in that election, like 12.9%. And then you have 2018 where they made another big jump to like 17.5%. And now they have become the second largest party in Sweden with 20.5%. I could never imagine back in 2010 when they came into parliament that they will become the second largest party in the Swedish parliament. Like, wow, that's actually really impressive. Now, what did I think about the general election? In my opinion, I'm a little bit happy because I am a little bit more right wing when it comes to political ideology and that sort of thing. So I lean to more center right in my field of view when it comes to politics. I hope they are going to make a government. I hope they're going to be stable because we need it right now. I mean, Sweden is in such a crisis. The world is in fucking crisis, and we really need something stable right now. Then we have other news. For example, Disney shown trailer for Star Wars: The Tales of the Jedi, I think it was, which is kind of like a Clone Wars series about Ahsoka. As I have said, when it comes to Star Wars, I'm just not interested anymore. I have lost my interest for Star Wars. Thanks, Disney. I don't care about the new Andor. Is it a movie or a series? I just don't care. I don't care about Star Wars anymore. Thank you, Disney. Thank you. So I can move on from that. I don't want to talk about Star Wars anymore. Like, sure, it's new things, but I don't care. The next news is the upcoming Cyberpunk DLC, I think it is, or is it an update? I don't remember. But I actually right now replaying Cyberpunk. I remember back, what, 2 years or something like that, 2 3 years when it came out. Jesus Christ, what a terrible launch! But I gotta say, it has been stabilized. I playing on PC, and so far it's been stabilized. And sure, there are still bugs and glitches and crashes. It has happened this past weekend, that sort of thing, but not to extent as it was at launch. So I am a little bit interested in the new DLC. I think it is the Phantom Liberty. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see if the waiting is be worth it, because we have nothing from Cyberpunk. Nothing. Like what? One new car, two, like one new weapon, one new design for Johnny Silverhand. Like, really? And obviously they are going to drop this game right now, because right now they have announced they are going to make a new trilogy for The Witcher. So that is what I'm really looking forward to, a new Witcher game, because the last one was just fucking epic, and sometimes I do reinstall The Witcher 3 and play it because it's such a good game. Then we have a new trailer release, and that was the Assassin's Creed Mirage, I think it's called, and the DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla called Last Chapter. Even though I'm a history nerd and that sort of thing, I love history. I love some of the Assassin's Creed games, especially Black Flag, because that was just it's such a good game. I'm not interested in going to Baghdad like 20 years before the events of Valhalla. Yeah, not really. I rather want to see like Shogun, is it? Yeah, Shogunate Japan, or that sort of thing, or like Meiji Reformation era, like something with Japan. Like we need something like that right now. And apparently there's been rumors that they are kind of working towards that. And then another news came out, and that is the new Battlefield. No name for that so far, but apparently it's going to have a single player campaign. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't give a damn. Just like with Star Wars, I have lost interest for Battlefield. You just can't attract me to Battlefield with just a campaign, like a single player campaign. And I know it's gonna be like 4 hours, like not worth my time or money. I don't care. If you really want me to come back to Battlefield, go back to your roots, please. And then of course we have I saw the episode 4 of Rings of Power, and I'm gonna say, I'm. Oh, what should I say? It is gorgeous to look at, but it is terrible. Absolutely puking terrible when it comes to story. It's boring. It's just. Like Amazon, you're killing, you're murdering, I'm not gonna say it, but you're murdering Tolkien's world right now. Like, I can't watch anymore. I just decided I don't want to watch anymore. I'm gonna drop it. I can't continue watching the Rings of Power. I'm sorry. It just no. And another news about the Lord of the Rings. It's Amazon's MMO game. Apparently, it's been cancelled. I would love a Lord of the Ring MMO, even though there is one, the Lord of the Ring online. I have played it back in the days. Back in the days. I used to play it a lot, but it's the graphic. It's been extremely outdated, and the combat as well. Like I want something like Elder Scrolls Online. That sort of combat with better graphic. And of course, but I also want the Lord of the Rings Online's draw distance and open world exploration. But that is something the LOTOR has been very successful, in my opinion, when it comes to exploration. I mean, you can almost go anywhere in Middle Earth. In a way, I'm a little bit disappointed that we're not gonna have another MMO of Lord of the Ring. I would love that. We're gonna see in the future. Maybe we so far just have to stick with the old LOTOR. Some people might like it, I know. I mean, I haven't played a MMO now for a very long time, maybe 2-3 years right now, because I'm not interested in MMOs anymore. But I would be so impressed if they did something with Lord of the Ring, make it online, and make it open world with the fantastic maybe not fantastic, but average good graphic, really good combat, and amazing draw distance. I really want that, please. And then we have Skull and Bones news, but honestly, that game I just don't give a damn about. I like 2017, I think it was when they announced it. I was maybe interested in it, but right now I'm just no. I don't give a damn about Skull and Bones. No, drop it. It's gonna fail. It looks really fucking boring from the gameplay and that reveal and that sort of thing. It looks terrible. Like it looks like a game that could have been potentially good 12 years ago, but now, no, it's super under the standards right now. Then of course we have a little bit of Hogwarts Legacy news. We saw a trailer, an exclusive quest for PlayStation. I'm gonna be honest, Hogwarts Legacy, I'm so looking forward to that game. I cannot wait to play it. I have pre-ordered the deluxe edition, but I have to say, the Hogwarts Legacy marketing has been terrible. Like, really freaking terrible. It began strong with that reveal, gameplay reveal, whatever, with 15 minutes, I think it was. Really strong. But so just now it's just on a decline, like sadly. And the collector edition is really bad. Like $300 for a fake book and a shitty wand that just float, and what more? And then a metal box for the disc and that sort of thing. Like $300. Are you kidding me? Hell to no. Like, I remember Skyrim collector edition, and that is amazing. You get a map, you get an art book, you get a freaking cool figure like the Alduin, and some had that Dovahkiin statue. That was worth the money, and it was actually a low price back in the day. But this is unacceptable. I do not accept. That's why I did agree to boycott the collector edition, because where is the art book? Where is a figurine? Why didn't you make that fake book to an actual book? And one looks terrible. You could have done so much better, in my opinion. And the price is way too high. Like, do you realize how much $300 is? Like, it's 3,000 Swedish crowns. Like, holy shit. Like some of my anime PVC figures, some of them are even more worth in value than that collector edition. And to me, I just buy them because they're gonna grow in value over time. But that looks so terrible. Like, why would someone buy it? Even though it was sold out, like, I don't understand it. Anyway, I'm not gonna continue on that path because I'm still looking forward to the game. I really looking forward, and I love the common room small tour videos we have seen. I love them. I'm gonna say Slytherin was the best. Period. Sorry about that. My mom called again. She always seemed to call me during when I doing some sort of with my computer when recording that sort of thing. I don't know why. She has some sort of Spanish, like a Latino mom, sixth sense, and that sort of thing. Where was I? As I said, I'm still looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy, but I am a little bit worried about the marketing, because I do not approve of exclusive quests and exclusive items and that sort of thing in games. It's so backwarding marketing, in my opinion. It's really bad. Like, come on, I know it's PlayStation, I know it's Sony's pay most for it, but come on. So related to the Cyberpunk I talked about earlier, I did see the new Cyberpunk series, the Netflix series, Cyberpunk Edge Runner. It was actually really good. Like, it's a straight 7. I gotta say, like, it's actually really, really good. I was actually thinking, oh, it's gonna suck. It's not gonna have good characters. It looks very generic, but actually, it's actually really, really good. I do approve it, and I also recommend it. If you don't have anything to see, I do recommend Cyberpunk Edge Runner. Like, watch it. It's actually really good. It actually surprised me, and it makes me hopeful for the next anime. Well, video game anime series. So if you, I don't know what you're gonna call it, animation series, and that's going to be the Netflix Dragon Age Absolution, I think it's called. I actually looking forward to that because I love Dragon Age, the world and that sort of thing. And it's gonna come out in December, like 2 months, 3 months from now. And also I saw the new trailer for All Quiet on the Western Front. Oh, yes, I cannot wait. I love the book and I love some of its series and movies back in the days. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I recommend All Quiet on the Western Front. That's book and movies if you haven't seen it or read it. And also, as final, recommend Cyberpunk Net. God damn it! I'm speaking way too fast right now. Um, but anyway, I recommend Cyberpunk Edge Runner on Netflix. I just recommend it. It's good. Hope to see you later, everybody. Have a nice day.